Ho, ho. Look, I come from a city, you hear signs when we sleep. Heaven sent, hands down, vibes so unique. They ain't play their part, so my part is play for keeps. Wide-eyed kid, but I never saw that.
Oh yeah, we're back. First weekend of football. Welcome to Lock, Loaded, and Goated. I'm your host, Brandon Andrews. With me, as always, is TP, Tony Pardo, Jeff Riddle Jr., and Big E. That's Jordan. Anyway, guys, welcome to Lock, Loaded, and Goated. This is the Saturday night edition. This is the lounge. We're going to sit here and we're just going to shoot the shit about the games of the day, the week, and then talk about what we got coming up and what we're looking forward to. So, Jordan, tell me, biggest surprise of week 0 thus far?
I mean, absolutely, it's Idaho State shit in the bed. And what should have been a monumental program win against the fighting Jim McElwains of UNLV.
Yeah,
Three
that's
picks in the second half. I mean, that was they had that game to win.
Oh, they
had
choked
that game
that?
to win, a statement game, and pissed it away.
Well, yeah, that's one way to put it. They pissed it away. Riddle, what's your big shock from the day? Takeaway from the day. What do you got?
I mean, obviously, UNLV, the way they played is probably the biggest shock. But Iowa State getting the win in Dublin today. That was I called that one. I want to take credit for that one.
Mm-hmm.
It was a monsoon, and it was a very sloppy game, and we'll touch on it. But, yeah, they pulled that one off. Got some good scores right now going on. 2 good games. Kansas handling business against Fresno State. But
Yeah, I was really looking forward to Kansas. Wanted to see what they could do. A lot of dynamic playmakers. They've added. I mean, there's 2 Alabama players, former Alabama players, on that team, and a couple of other high name transfers. So I just wanted to see what they would do. Tony, what about you? What about you?
I mean, the only game I was able to watch was the Iowa State and Kansas State, which I was actually surprised by. I was surprised by Iowa State. Their defense better than what I thought it would be, and I think we mentioned how they did lose a lot of playmakers offense side. It's either they just reloaded, or Kansas State's defense just stinks. Which I'm going to say it again: there's no business for these kids to be going over across the pond and playing over there. That's ridiculous. They should not be playing on that shitty ass field.
College football is not an international sport.
Yeah, these people, come on. These people don't care about college football. If they show up, they're there to party and get drunk and have a good time. That's all that is.
Did you guys hear the stat today where they were talking about that field was a converted rugby field and it was the oldest rugby field in Europe or something like that? Did you hear that stat?
If you're going to have these games, these for college kids, if you're going to have these games, and these are college kids, and remember, I mean, I guess they're not pros, right? So
yeah.
Some of them might be making more money than other kids, but shouldn't they be worried about player safety and all that crap? I mean,
and to interrupt Tony, we have a longtime listener. He has now officially joined for the first time in 2025. Kias is in the building on the purple. Kias, this one's for you, buddy. This one's for you. Welcome, Kias. Welcome back. He said the intro was legit. Thank you. We are trying to take that next level, sir, that next level. And we are excited to have you with us and appreciate your support as always, man. So I just wanted to give a shout out. The dude was with us all year last year. He's definitely worth our time. Yeah, Tony, I agree with everything you said on that field. That field, it did not look like it looked like a high school field, if we're going to be honest. It looked like old Warren County was going to run out the fucking tunnel.
Shitty high school field.
Well, and not only that, but why in the world? So I couldn't even tell if they were inbound, out of bound. You couldn't tell
I don't know,
where
man.
the hashes were.
Paint's $3 a can.
They had to repaint those lines at halftime. You couldn't even see them by halftime.
Yeah, I don't understand.
They literally brought all the equipment back out, and during the half, they repainted those lines just so you'd be able to see them. It is crazy.
Yeah, it is crazy.
If you're gonna have
Go ahead, Tony.
If you're
Go
gonna play
ahead.
over there, man. If we're gonna play these games over there, which they have no business doing, at least make it feel like they're home. Holy crap, that was garbage.
Yeah, I mean, if you're gonna make them play there, it should be pristine condition. I get it. You want the NFL to be a global brand, like the NBA. Football is not global like basketball. It's not. I'm sorry to say that. But if you want to do that with NFL players and it's in the contract somewhere that they have to do that, that's fine. But these college kids who are striving to become pro players, and some of them, I guess, technically are pro players because they're getting paid a lot of money. I'd want to play on the best field I could. I wouldn't want to get hurt playing on some shitty. That looked like not sod. It looked like peat moss. Hey, they're gonna go. They're gonna scrape that field up at the end of the day and go make some scotch with it or some shit. I don't know. That stuff was terrible. But Iowa State won. Riddle got that. He was the only one to pick Iowa State. Jordan and his K-State making it to the Final Four. It's looking a little rough right now. It's still possible. It's still early. They just didn't look like they had it.
Game.
They just did not look like they had that. They could
Well,
still make the playoffs.
Game.
Yeah, they can still make the playoffs.
That game was very
though.
sluggish and slow. Like it was low scoring until probably the last 15 minutes, literally.
Yeah,
That game was an inch and a half from going over.
Yeah.
1 inch and a half from going over. Honestly, I did not get a chance to watch that game. I've been at work all day, but diving through the box score, a nice upset win for Iowa State right there. Kansas State, through the stats, were the better team. Better yardage. The only thing they didn't excel at was fourth down conversions and penalties. I think Iowa State had one penalty all day for 5 yards. That's pretty impressive for the first game of the year. Most teams are not that disciplined coming out.
That's good.
And you also have to wonder about the coaching malpractice call. You're in a 17-14 ball game and you go for it on fourth down on your own 30. On your own 30, you're gifting a touchdown if you don't make it. And they did not make it, and they gifted a touchdown. And I mean that and the Joe Johnson fumble on the 21 going in is was absolutely the two biggest swings that cost Kansas State that game.
Yeah. Frisbo says K-State done. Check them boys off week 1. Consider them checked. I will say this. Neither team looked great to me, but Iowa State's defense stepped up when it mattered, and K-State, it was an ugly game. There was no winner or loser in terms of the weather there. It was just terrible, and the fans, I don't know, it wasn't as good as last year's game, the Florida State one. It was nowhere near as good when Georgia Tech went in there and beat them, but it was still fun, and it was nice to see 2 ranked teams open up week 0. I think that was clutch, and I think that was key and a great way to start college football. But, I mean, I want to get y'all's thoughts on this, and this is just me just now. What do you guys think about week 0? I mean, what the hell do we need a week 0 for? Why don't we just have week 1 and we have all the fucking teams play? I don't understand.
I think it's stupid. Like, just have everybody play. The week 0 thing is dumb. I don't understand the build up. Hey.
The week 0 to me is that opportunity. Like tonight, you've got Stanford and Hawaii on CBS. This is the only primetime game either one of those teams will sniff at playing all year long. It's something to put on TV to fill a week where they're not putting up paid programming on a Saturday night. That's all it really amounts to. It's Kansas. Chances are Kansas is playing this spot tonight because of how bad they came out the gate last year.
Yeah. Hey, leave it to Jordan to give us the professional and business-like answer that we all seek. I like Tony's answer.
I'll be honest with you.
I like Tony's answer, and he's like, "Fuck that shit." I'm just playing. All right, Jordan, that was good. That was good. Riddle, what do you think about week 0? You for it or against it?
I mean, if you look up the weeks on ESPN or anything else, this is considered week 1. Like all the games are there together under week 1 because they don't even make a week 0. It's something to kick off the season. I mean, we did get a ranked matchup today, even if it was in Dublin, Ireland, on the shittiest field I've ever seen in the middle of a monsoon. But we did get a ranked matchup. It gets us to the big week when everybody else is going to be playing. It's kind of unnecessary. I felt like all these games could have been played this week. But some of these teams do play again next week, so I
Yeah.
get it. Like Jordan said, it gives teams that usually don't get the spotlight. It gives them a little bit of a spotlight to like, hey, we're here. Now go watch everybody else.
We
for the
still
rest of the year.
exist.
Yeah, we'll forget about them next
Don't
week.
forget us at midnight next Saturday.
Honestly, week 0 has turned into like a Vandy or Hawaii showcase over the years because they're usually the ones that kick off week 0. And it seems like every year Hawaii's got the prime time night game, even though it started at like 2:30 in Hawaii time. But
Yeah.
it's unnecessary, but it's okay at the same time.
So Frisbo in the chat says, I personally call week 1 week 0 to line it up with my big game calendar with the NFL on it. That's an interesting approach. I mean, that's interesting. So what is this week -1 for you, Frisbo? I'm just there's nowhere else to go.
College football.
Yeah. I mean,
It goes downhill.
hey, and a lot of people play fantasy, and a lot of people do all the fantasy stuff. So I understand the NFL takes a little bit of priority. We all just root for teams on Saturday, but fantasy is a whole different monster, and we usually root for players in the NFL these days. But it's an interesting way to do it. I've never thought about that. But okay, so we've already talked. Go ahead, Jordan. You got it.
I've got a question. I will throw this out to y'all. I was perusing through X today, formerly Twitter, and I saw a comment made, and then y'all can all take the, put your 2 cents on this, how you think. The comment was made that week 0 should be all the bowl games from last year, all the bowl matchups that are meaningless come January should be the kickoff games in week 0 every year.
Boys, we got to finish 5 and 7. We won't play in that shit.
Nobody wants week 0.
I mean, that's an interesting approach. Like,
it would be better
at least
than Idaho State and UNLV.
Yeah, 100%. And at least the game would mean something instead of like the bowl games, which mean nothing now. It would mean something. But Kia said, damn, I didn't know they had games today. It's all right, brother. It's all right. It's okay. I don't know. Jordan, like in my mind, that would be a cool idea. It would definitely add meaning to where you finished and like, allowing people to like bowl or locations to pick teams to start out week 0. That'd be a cool twist on college football. And who knows, it may go that way. Big Hunt says
it'll never happen. There's too much money in the bowls.
Oh, I know. Big Hunt says, what are y'all's thoughts on next year's 9-game conference schedule? Well, I'm glad you brought that up, Big Hunt, because I'm sure we have some comments. Tony Pardo will start off. What do you think about the 9-game SEC schedule?
I mean, I don't mind it, except for I wish Tennessee could drop that turd Vanderbilt. I like a little more excitement. I like competition. I'm fine. What they have projected Vandy right now, obviously Alabama, the third's kind of up in the air.
Florida,
I've heard
most projections.
Florida, yeah, I figured Florida. I've heard even maybe possibly Auburn. I don't see it just because, years ago, Auburn and Tennessee was, they were kind of a big rivalry before the Florida shift. Yeah. So I'm fine with it. Whatever. I just really wish that Tennessee could get another tougher opponent, which I'm fine with the easy win, and Vanderbilt being, the third choice. I guess in-state rivalry, they got to have those rivalries, I guess, toward the end of the season. But I'm fine with it, and we don't have to fucking play Georgia sorry ass, every year either. So that kind of makes the schedule a little easier for Tennessee.
I can tell you who's not fine with it, and that is Auburn fans right now.
Well,
with their projected 3-team draw of Alabama, Florida, and Georgia every year.
Yeah, that's a rough schedule.
I mean, they may not even have a coach at the end of this season.
That's my biggest complaint. My biggest complaint, Jordan, is there are teams, and I told y'all this in the group chat. There are teams that are going to have Vandy and Kentucky as 2 of their 3 permanent opponents, and that is absolutely ludicrous.
Kentucky, the projection I saw for Kentucky was Mississippi State, Vanderbilt, and like Missouri, I think.
What the hell is that, dude? That's like
absolute high school.
Thank you for following, man.
This is what I got pulled up, and Kentucky's is Mississippi State, Vanderbilt, and Ole Miss.
Oh, okay, mine is Ole Miss. Missouri, Ole Miss, same difference.
I mean,
but The
That's
one
still
that I
that's
don't
very
understand
easy.
is South Carolina's. South Carolina's doesn't make any sense to me
Got
whatsoever.
Missouri on there, don't they?
Yeah, they got Georgia, Missouri, and Vanderbilt. That's their three opponents.
So the only complaint, Jordan, to answer Big Hunt's question directly, you said you loved it. I don't mind it. I don't care. The only problem
I'm all
is
for it.
they need to do the matchups fair. I don't know how they do that, but I'm going to tell you this: like we talk about Tennessee and Auburn are not going anywhere for Alabama, just like the Gators and Alabama aren't going anywhere for Tennessee. That third game is a toss-up. It needs to be something that's relevant. So if you were to say Vandy, Tony, that makes sense because it's in-state rivalry. Auburn's in-state, and it's the Iron Bowl for Bama. And then like we talked about, we understand that we're going to play Tennessee third Saturday in October. The closest geographical two colleges in the SEC are Alabama and Mississippi State. It's our oldest rivalry, and we play them more than anybody. I don't understand why we didn't get them drawn. Well, we know why. Ratings, and LSU is who we got picked. So it's kind of like, thank you for following, Frisbo. It's just kind of like rough, and it's up in the air because some of the stuff, like Riddle just said, doesn't make sense. And it seems to me like, hey, let's give South Carolina a pass. They're not that good. We need to help them out a little bit.
Another one that really just jumped out at me that I didn't see in here on these permanent opponents, that it kind of sucks because historically, especially over the last decade, this game, when it's played, seems to be a great game. Something always happens. LSU and Florida, like they're not matched up anymore.
That's a great game.
LSU got Ole Miss as their third permanent opponent. They've got Alabama, Arkansas, which is the Golden Boot game.
Yeah, Golden Boot, yeah.
But then you got LSU and Ole Miss. That one, I'm just like, you could put Florida in there.
And I get the other teams are like rotating around and stuff, but it's like, come on, man. Like, just come on. It's just, I don't know. So I know why we did it. I understand. And to be honest with you, it will draw in more revenue for the SEC to play the 9th SEC game. We'll get more revenue. Our TV contracts will be bigger. So what the hell was that?
Why didn't they? I don't understand. Why didn't they just do the 3, staple games and then your in-state rivalry? Why didn't they just do that?
What? I'm sorry, Tony. I was, some sound just went off in my ear. I don't know what the hell that was. All right.
I'm saying I don't understand why they just didn't do the 3 main staple games and then just keep like your in-state rivalry very last. I don't know. I said, I would have been fine with Tennessee dropping Vanderbilt. They need us. We don't need them. That's the only time people talk about them.
If you look, Texas has got the old Southwest Conference lineup with Oklahoma, A&M, and Arkansas.
Yeah, I mean, and
days.
and that does mean something. Michael Balsamo says Vandy 1000, Bama 0. Vandy, we fucking turn. Okay. Come on back, buddy.
Again, you don't have to be smart to go to Vanderbilt. You just have to be delusional.
Yep. Just listen to the quarterback.
Today,
oh my gosh, man.
Today about that game, and Vandy going to Tuscaloosa this year, they're liable to lose by 70.
Dude,
because Bama's gonna be coming out for blood after last year's game.
It's different
after that debacle.
So if it's one thing that Bama has proven, it's never easy for anyone to go into Bama and win. I'm not saying that it's impossible. I agree it's not impossible, but it's not easy.
I'm saying it's impossible for Vanderbilt. I'll say it.
Oh yeah. It's definitely impossible for Vanderbilt. Pavia, yeah. He got us last year, and Milroe's 2 turnovers gave them that. And at the end of the day, Vanderbilt, they beat us, so I can't say nothing.
Natty or bust for the boys at Vandy this year.
Natty or bust. That's what he said.
It's a bust next week with Virginia Tech.
So you got Tech beating them, huh?
I mean, why would you not?
I mean, you're right. Well, and here's the deal. Kudos to Vanderbilt. They had a good year last year in terms of Vanderbilt standards. They had a good year. I will tell you something, Michael, that you haven't probably learned yet because life in the loser pit's probably been lonely. But I will tell you, this, that when you start winning more and it gets more frequent. You learn you don't have to do all this cope and all this stuff. You don't have to do all that shit because the rings speak for themselves.
Can I say this on the permanent opponents list that I seen today?
Yes, you can.
Could tell that the SEC really had no idea what to do with Mississippi State and Kentucky based off the opponents they have. Obviously, Mississippi State's going to have Ole Miss because that's the Egg Bowl. But their other two opponents are Oklahoma and Kentucky. Like, I don't know if there's that much history between those teams right there.
Exactly.
And then on the other side, Kentucky, they're just like, well, damn, what do we do with them? We'll give them Vanderbilt because that's kind of close. And then we'll just give them the entire state of Mississippi. They got Ole Miss and Mississippi State.
Like the deal is like Vanderbilt, Kentucky, and Mississippi State were thrown into people's schedules to give them a bone. That's what happened.
Absolutely.
I mean, that's what happened. I mean, we could all say whatever we want to say. All those games, historically, all you got to do is go look at the records, let the numbers speak for themselves. Anyone against those teams, and essentially that will tell you the tale of the tape on why those people consider themselves fortunate. Especially the ones that have Kentucky and Vanderbilt. I mean, good God Almighty. I don't
actually see one that has them both on there.
All right, so maybe
I think they tried to split that up, but I mean, if you get either one of them and say Mississippi State, I mean, it's the same.
Yeah, they're all the same. Yeah,
I mean, Mississippi State will find one player, a running back or a quarterback once every 100 years. It's like a Dak Prescott that just kind of changes things, but for only a small window.
Yeah,
but I mean, at the end of the day, you're going to have some teams. I mean, you have to have some teams with some oddball, permanent opponents just to make it work.
Yeah, so
I mean, I'm glad they did that with quote unquote the lesser teams in the conference than with the top side of it. They tried to keep everything as good as they could for the top side, and then the bottom is just kind of you had to go where you fit, get in where you fit in.
So Michael says
what it looks like they did.
Yeah, Michael says play 9 games, conference games like everyone else. We don't care what other people do, Michael. I don't know why. We don't care. I will tell you that the only reason we're doing 9 conference games is because the revenue that it'll bring for TV contract renegotiation. I mean, looking at the business side of it, that's strictly it. Nobody cares. The Big Ten has Northwestern. They've got doormats that literally got pooped out into the conference. They're very top heavy, very top heavy. Vanderbilt is perennial doormat, and Vanderbilt had a winning record last year. So again, SEC, like I said, they have very, very high ceilings, and they also have a very good midsection, and that's why the conference has always been considered superior. Here lately, we got to win a title this year, though. We got to get the Big Ten out of there. We got to get this shit. We got to shut this shit down. I don't care who it is. We got to nip this shit in the butt. I'm tired of hearing about the Big Ten winning the last 2. One of them was by a bunch of fucking cheaters. And Ohio State got hot. I mean, I don't know what else to say.
I want to cut in.
That something from Michigan lit a fire under them.
Kansas Fresno State game has went final, and Jalen Daniels' final line was 18 of 20, 176 for 3 touchdowns, and then he had 47 yards rushing to go with it. But Kansas won 31-7. They did cover.
Much better start than they had last year.
What was the how much rushing yards did the running back have? It just seems low.
But
it seems low.
As a team, though, they had 207. They had one was 69.
They distributed it well.
Yeah, they had.
I just expected more.
7 different people had a carry in that game for them.
Okay. I expected more from him in this game. Oh my God, Hawaii with that. Did you see that? Oh my gosh. Anyway, Hawaii is probably going to beat Stanford. Stanford looks like they're lost without a puppy. And, man, they got a long way to go to get back up at the top. I'm going to tell you what.
Our boy D's coming through right there with a repost and a gift.
Hey.
I appreciate D's.
D's, what's up, brother? What's up? Where'd you see that? I didn't even see that.
Course today.
As long as the weather held up for him.
Yeah, well, it might have been better in Kentucky than down
there.
Here.
It is. Thank you, D's. We appreciate you, brother. We appreciate you. Thank you. For some reason, I can't see this stuff. Thank you, Dees. We appreciate everything that you do. And like I said, thank you for staying locked. Appreciate it. So I'm at Roosters eating and watching the WKU game. Oh, who's winning that one? I have not kept up with the Western Kentucky one. I know we picked it.
Western Kentucky is up 10 with 14 minutes left on that one.
Okay. I stuck to the Stanford at Hawaii. I just wanted to see Hawaii win a game. It's very rare that one of us gets to see Hawaii win a game, mainly because they come on at 12:30 at night.
Did you see that game, the way it started?
No, I didn't get to. I was watching the other one.
The Stanford kept the ball for like half of the first quarter and then kicked a field goal. And then on the ensuing kickoff, Hawaii's player called a fair catch at the 1 yard line. And so the ball was spotted there. For whatever reason, I guess they changed that rule where you can't just fair catch it and it goes to the 20 now. But so they had to start on their own. They had to start on their own one. I don't know.
I don't know.
They started on their own one. The first snap, the quarterback drops back
for a touchdown.
Gets hit, fumbles. Stanford picks it up for a touchdown. They were down 10-0 just like immediately, and now it's 14-13 in that one.
So they showed hope. And then
their fans were over there cheering and going on, and then here's Hawaii
we didn't fly grounding. 6 hours for nothing.
At the moment, though, we've still got the cover in that one. So
yeah, that's true.
That matters.
That's true, baby.
Everybody but Jordan.
That's all that matters.
Hawaii.
Well, it's okay.
I'm okay. I'm still confident in them.
Kia said, did they change?
There's a right side and the wrong side, and the right side doesn't always cover. We saw that today with Kansas State.
So
it happens.
He said they changed the fair catch. Kia said they changed the fair catch. If they did, Kia, that's news to us. I don't think any of us were aware of that. Go ahead, man.
I did not see that.
But yeah, the kid sitting there on the 1 yard line does this right here and catches
Apparently it was news to him too.
Yeah.
They spotted it at the 1 yard line.
All right. Hawaii kicked the field goal, so it's 17-13. Dees, are you saying, pick? Western Kentucky just got a pick. I guess we should be watching this game with him. So UGA 2030 schedule will consist of 9 conference games: Clemson, Ohio State, and Georgia Tech. That is a man's schedule. That's the mannest schedule I've ever heard on the history of football. I don't care. Well, there was one other one that I heard, but it was like back in the 80s, and it was like Bama playing Notre Dame, Penn State, and Ohio State out of – yeah, I think so. Because what's going to happen is Georgia's going to be like, hey, we're not doing this. Wins matter. And why are you going to do – because you're not going to make it through the conference unscathed, not with a 9-game schedule and us beating the hell out of each other. It is still possible, but it's going to be more unlikely if you're playing that schedule right there. What are your thoughts, Riddle?
Deez, the line on that Western Kentucky game is 10.5. So Western Kentucky does not have a cover at the moment. But as far as that schedule goes, can't nobody say that that's a cupcake schedule.
No, that's a big boy schedule.
Times, the SEC takes a lot of crap because, they schedule cupcakes out of conference. Well, yeah, it's because we got to beat the shit out of each other in conference. It's not easy.
Well, we got teams that drop out that don't want to play us. I mean, right. Nebraska.
I mean,
so
yeah, what do you do?
It is what it is, but
and you just got to find. When they cancel the year before you play them, you got to find somebody, and chances are you're not going to find another Power 4 team to play.
No. I like the Georgia Clemson game. That is a rivalry.
It's becoming one big time. It's becoming one.
Yeah, and then Georgia Tech. Obviously, we're going to play them every year. That's just clean old fashioned hate. But Ohio State. Put your big boy pants on. Go play ball. I hope it's a home and home. I hope
probably
Jeff would be down for getting rid of the Georgia Tech game.
Yeah, that was God bless. That was terrible.
I think that took years off his life. We were all watching that together.
It did.
Yeah, that was fun. So I was sitting there thinking. So that's a big boy schedule. And you brought up a very good point. And Jordan, you brought up, it's very hard to find consistent Power 4 opponents that want to play you, all the time. So like this year, for instance, I think we're starting to see this as a trend. Bama, which my boys are playing Florida State and Wisconsin. So we can't help it. Florida State 2 years ago was in the talks of a playoff. They were undefeated. So obviously, this was scheduled many years before that, but they've fallen off. I think they're much better this year, but you schedule these games so far out, like that Ohio State Georgia game. It's been scheduled for probably 8 years now. It's just, you schedule these things. You can't help it that someone's at the bottom when you play them. Hell, I mean, but next year we play West Virginia and FSU. Those are our 2 games out of conference. So, and we're gonna have a 9-game SEC schedule. I think that starts next year, right? So I mean, yeah, we got room for one cupcake. And just because, go ahead.
Sergeant Gibby in the comments, he brought up a good point. We do schedule those smaller schools because they do need funding, and they get paid a lot of money to come let us kick the ever living shit out of them.
Yeah. And I really hope.
Sometimes they win. That's Florida State.
Yeah. I hope for everyone that said, the SEC plays those weak ass opponents the week before Thanksgiving. I hope that all of our little schools are played that fucking week, just so people can shut the fuck up and not have anything to fucking say now. Because I don't give a shit when we play them. Penn State's playing Nevada next week. Are we going to have to give them shit? I mean, everybody else is playing a big boy game. Why the fuck ain't Penn State? I don't know. Anyway, I'm getting off the soapbox.
40-yard field goal for Hawaii. They are now up 17-13. So
Sergeant Gibby says Penn State and Oregon schedule are a joke this season. I mean, aren't they always? I mean,
Any schedule in the Big Ten.
We talked about this.
Unless you play, the Big Four all in the same year, it's pretty laughable.
Dude, you see that? Oh my God, dude. That quarterback for Stanford about threw a pick. Oh my gosh. Anyway,
Ben Goldbranson.
Yeah. Hey, off topic, but what's up with Jordan's favorite restaurant doing all these changes? What is it?
The Cracker Barrel.
I haven't been back. I won't be back. Those will all be Spirit Halloweens in 6 weeks.
Yeah. Ethan, roll tide, roll. There we go.
Round the bowl and down the hole.
He says Tennessee. He asked the question. He said Tennessee going to regress this year. He didn't say it. He asked the question: is Tennessee going to regress this year? No, they're not, because on this show, someone picked them to be in the Final Four of the playoffs.
Sure.
I mean,
hey, smart man.
Absolutely,
smart man.
Absolutely.
Somebody.
I mean, look at what got them the playoffs last year. The run game and defense. Those have both gotten better. The running game is deeper. The defense is going to be better. The linebackers are going to be more athletic than they were a year ago.
Jordan, I'm calling bullshit.
Any
what Jordan's saying is
quarterback play whatsoever.
You're saying you're deeper. You're deeper. That doesn't mean the run game is going to be better. You're deeper at running back, but not who's going to replace Sampson. It's not about.
He's up to 215 now.
I'm just saying.
He's going to jam Miller over here. Like I told you, Stiff is a 3-dick dog, and now he's out 4 to 8 weeks because he's hurt.
You really going to be mad. You're going to be mad when you see the backup 244. You're going to be real mad. Runs a 4.4.
Did Eddie Lacy have another year eligibility? I mean, fuck, that kid's eating himself out of college.
He came out of Mississippi, baby. He's another one of them. He should have been a linebacker. He should have been a linebacker like Derrick Henry.
Western Kentucky just scored a touchdown. They're now up 41-24.
Yay, good job.
And then I just had a breaking news come over. It's not college football related, but it is football related. Shiloh Sanders was just ejected from the preseason game against the Bills for throwing a punch at tight end Zach Davidson.
What an idiot.
Who?
So let's see here.
Shiloh Sanders.
Ethan says, big question at quarterback for Tennessee. They believe Tennessee will be better. The only thing I will say is the positive of Nico, and I don't care what anybody says, including Tennessee fans, he did not turn the ball over that much. He did not turn the ball over. You say stats don't lie. He didn't turn the ball over.
Well, guess you know why? Because guess who was toting a rock most of the time?
Agreed. I just told you. I thought you were going to regress at the running game because you lost one of the best.
And a lot of his passes went to nobody.
The big question is going to be at the quarterback position for Tennessee is how much of a leash does Joey Aguilar have? How much faith will Coach Heupel have in him with Merklinger and George McIntyre sitting behind him? Obviously, I don't think George is ready to play this year. The kid's too small. He'll get folded like a lawn chair. He needs to put some weight on. But the big question is going to be is how long, what kind of a leash will he have? Will it be like a Milton Hooker situation, or will he have a little more room to make that mistake? Because, I mean, he's going to throw some picks. The kid's a gunslinger. He went to the Brett Favre School of Football. He's going to throw it, but he's going to hit a lot more of those shots that Milton and Nico both
Thank you for liking it live.
either missed or was just flat out didn't take last year.
Thank you, Dees. So, I'm sorry. Ethan did say you lost your QB coach to UCF, and you're correct, Dees. He only threw 5 picks last year, which is significant because then it could have been the other way. You could have had a Milrow and just throw into the other team as much as you
he
can.
only threw 5 interceptions, and who were those 5 interceptions thrown against?
I
haven't looked at it, but
I don't know.
I can give you a damn. It was against good teams.
Oh yeah, I mean, I got you. I mean, probably.
He shit on these,
Tony,
like middle school teams.
Tony, you could have had a quarterback that threw interceptions to shitty teams. That's what I had. So I mean, at least he's only throwing them to good teams.
Can I say this about the coach leaving for UCF?
Yeah. Yes.
It's kind of like Kirby at Georgia.
Yes.
Kirby's the head coach, but I guarantee you he still runs his defense the way he wants it.
I agree.
I don't care who the coordinator is there. It's going to be the same thing at Tennessee. And Dee said it before I could cut in and say this. Josh Heupel was a really good college quarterback. He knows that position at that level.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
His offenses have put up points everywhere he's ever been. I promise you, Heupel has a hand in that quarterback room, and a big one at that. So,
yeah.
Again, it's one of those positions where you could have any coach in there, and Heupel's going to be like, hey, this is what I want to do. Let's do it this way.
Yeah. Hey, Riddle, what I want you to do is I want you to look up Nico's TD to INT ratio against the big dog teams. That's what I want you looking up for me real quick. I want to know what
Tony,
his touchdown to interception ratio was.
You would have been better off.
Georgia, Florida, Bama.
I mean,
Let me know.
Didn't he throw 2 against Florida?
I want to know. That's what matters. Y'all guys want to speak about, he only had 5 picks. Okay, let's go look at the TD to INT ratio here against the really good teams that he's got to beat. I don't care if he's a kid.
To Brandon's credit, I don't think he threw an interception against Vanderbilt.
That's right.
That's
right. So I win already. Go ahead, Riddle.
If you're ready.
Yeah, go. Sorry.
I want to hear it.
2 in the season opener against North Carolina State. 1 against Florida, 1 against Alabama, and then 1 against Vanderbilt, the last game of the regular season.
Damn.
That one against Vanderbilt was a pick 6, wasn't it? Because that was part of their little flurry early that gave them hope, and then we just.
So there was several.
I know they returned the kickoff.
Did you notice?
They had to kick off too.
Did you notice who he didn't say, Tony? He didn't say Ohio State. He
also had 0 touchdown passes against Arkansas, Florida, Georgia, Ohio State.
But hold on. Nobody did anything in some of those games.
Oh, he's not done. Let him finish.
Yeah.
And then he had 1 touchdown
Thank you for following,
pass
Spotter.
against Kent State, Oklahoma, Alabama, Kentucky.
It's not going to cut it.
I mean,
not going to cut it.
I mean, and y'all are telling me that Joey Aguilar is not an
hold
upgrade
on.
over that?
So I'm going to ask this question, Riddle. I agree. Heupel is like Kirby. I do agree with that statement. That's 100% correct. Heupel has lost a step since Golish left for UCF. Or was it? Where's now? I'm sorry. What's the school he's at? Golish. USF. Sorry. Yes.
Yeah.
Dude,
and I agree.
It's changed a little bit. That's all I'm saying.
As a head coach, that's why you have those coordinators. Those are their certain teams on the field. They're calling, they're doing the things, but just like with Kirby and his defense, it doesn't matter if it's Tucker in there or whoever they have in there as the defense coordinator. Kirby's going to have his vision and be like, look, this is what I want to implement. It's your job to implement that.
That's right. Yeah.
You figure it out.
Well, yeah. I mean,
and offensive coordinators, Heupel, obviously, again, his track record speaks for itself. He's probably said to the offensive coordinators, hey, this is what I want. Go and do it under what I want, how I want it to be done. There's going to be guys that are better than that, than other people. Look at Georgia's offense.
Yeah.
I mean, at the end of the day, they're not going to get free reign, you know.
Yeah. Well, here's the deal. Going back to you, Jordan, and the business side of things, they meet on this every single day. There is no play that is ran that Heupel does not already know the outcome, does not already give his critique of it and modified the way that he wants it. All these things are definitely discussed. And just like with Kirby, all this stuff is discussed. Nick Saban, even like Nick Saban lets his offensive coordinators call plays. He doesn't call plays, but I guarantee he tells them beforehand whether he likes that shit or not. I guarantee that. But I just there is some impact from coaches leaving. I agree. And but anyway,
I'm about calling the plays, and this is going to kind of tie in to next week. You know, so we should all come up with our one big prediction for the year, and then we'll come back and see how it goes. But have y'all seen the debacle that's going on at Auburn right now? I mean, they have basically 4 coordinators calling plays. One guy for first down, one guy for second down, and they wonder why Jackson Arnold needs to be read the little engine that could every night at bedtime to try to build his confidence.
Dude, I don't know.
It's going to lead into my one big prediction for this season. Hugh Freeze does not have a job by the Iron Bowl. He will not coach that game.
I agree. I think they're going to have to come out, and this is an opinion, so don't, like I said, if it's wrong, it's like an asshole, you know, get over it. But if they lose to Baylor, the wheels are coming off. The wheels are coming off at Auburn. If they lose, if they win at Baylor, they have a shot. They have a very easy road up to a certain point. Then it'll get tough. And he may be able to just get over the hump if he can play competitive.
They have time to build some momentum.
Yeah, you're right. But if they lose to Baylor, Jordan, you're 100% correct. It's over. He is gone. There is something, I don't know what's amiss at Auburn, but you remember Auburn used to be a perennial favorite. I mean, it wasn't that long ago. They were beating Georgia and Alabama, both sometimes in the same season. And I don't know what's happening.
Talent. They still recruit pretty well.
Yeah, they have money. Oh, Yellowwood, he's writing big checks. But yeah, I don't know. Go ahead, Riddle.
It's more for you, Brandon. He said, "Do you remember when Saban walked over to Kiffin and told him to run the damn ball?"
Yes. And here's the deal. Any of us in this room, I love Nick Saban. Okay, yes. But does anyone in this room doubt Lane Kiffin's ability to call an offense? I don't. No. I don't. And I think Saban in that moment, I think what he was doing was trying to give the damn defense a rest. If I had any opinion on it whatsoever, he's like, "Hey, dude, run the damn ball. Let these guys get
some water,
get some break." But yeah, I agree. I do agree that you know, obviously the head coach has the ultimate say, but I do think that coordinators matter. And you know, it's kind of like having a president with good cabinet members. You got to have good cabinet members if you want to really accomplish things that you want to accomplish. And I same thing with a head coach. Kirby Smart would not be anywhere near as good if he didn't have great coordinators around him. He knows how to pick coordinators. So that's on him, and that's his ability to pick coordinators. And the same thing goes with Heupel. Saban did it, and I think DeBoer's done a good job with the team at Alabama. And it would shock you who I think the most valuable coach position is at Alabama. It would shock you. It's not Kalen DeBoer. But anyway, let's see here. It's coaching at Auburn. Freeze had 2 wins against Bama 10 years ago. That's all he's ever done. Well, yes. And he cheated to get those.
And he's still riding them. He's rode them into the fucking ground, but he's still holding on for dear life.
Yeah. Kirby knows how to pick DC's Mike Bobo, ain't it? Well, at this point, Riddle, I'm just going to go ahead and tell you, they're going to build a statue of Mike Bobo. He's never going to leave. Not. It's going to be right up there in the coordinator's office. It's going to be a statue of him going like this, about to clap. Yeah, dude. No matter what you do, how many coaches have we been through, and it's still Bobo?
Bobo will be gone. The moment they have a year with a less than Georgia-esque defense, that'll be the year that Bobo's gone. The year that the defense does not carry, because I mean, right now, Bobo's not it, and he doesn't have to be.
No,
that defense. No. I mean, it's carrying that program right now, and that's the way that program has been built. I mean,
Yeah.
Kirby Smart's a defensive guy. He would rather win games 10-7 than have 45-40 shootouts. Those are the games that give him fucking nightmares, I'm certain.
And no offense to Georgia, Alabama, Tennessee. I'm just going to go ahead and say it. We're starting to see the effects of NIL when players like Hyder and stuff like that spurn SEC schools to go play for a big dollar up at Michigan, Ohio State. It's going to get tougher. We're going to get thinned out a little bit, and it's going to come back down to the X's and O's, and that's where the coordinators come in, like we just talked about. But it's definitely things are changing, boys. Things are changing. So here's Georgia is always going to have a solid defense. I agree, and is it always going to be the best? No. And I do agree with Jordan there. Bobo he'll be walked out then, and it'll be time for a new leaf, and it'll be interesting to see what Kirby does, because Kirby's always picked coordinators that complement his defense, much like Saban did, and Saban had to adjust by going with someone like Kiffin. I don't know if you guys remember that. It was before Kiffin. It was just run the fucking ball, and I haven't seen that from Kirby yet. Now, granted, you have generational talent. You have generational talent come through there, Riddle, that definitely made it seem that way. And that was some of the best teams that have ever graced the football field. So,
well, it's like last year's team, and I'd looked this up too because I was interested, because I knew they struggled running the ball last year, and they had a very not like seniors, but like they had a very depth line. I know they dealt with injuries just like anybody does at times, but I looked it up, and you were talking about the generational talent that was there in those years, like 2023, Bowers and McConkey were still there. Georgia ran for 813 less yards without those two last year than they did the year before with them. And I know having guys like that does open up the run game to an extent, but that was Georgia's biggest problem on offense last year, is they could not run the ball. And I touched on that a couple times last year, and I'm hoping that they're able to run the ball a lot better this year, because you're going to have to be able to run the ball to open up the passing game for, Gunnar Stockton and what
you're gonna have to help them. Yeah,
it's going to have to happen. So I mean, we'll see early on how they look. I mean, you're not going to get a very good look at it week one, because I expect them to beat the piss out of Marshall no matter what. Yeah, and you're going to see a lot of different.
I think Marshall still covers that game.
They very well might.
Yeah,
Kirby went to that Nick Saban school where you hang forward and then you shut it down.
Yes,
and if Marshall scores a single time, they cover.
I couldn't tell you how many times I told Tony the last couple of years in the Biscuit League, don't take Georgia. This game, they're not going to cover that spread. And he'd take Georgia. And then he'd come to me bitching about it. So I told you not to. I didn't even take one.
So Sergeant Gibby said 31 points per game last year. The first half was terrible, even in every game. Gibby, I'm going to hand this one over to Tony, and I want him to answer this question for me. Who was worse in the first half, Georgia or Tennessee?
Tennessee. Tennessee went almost 3 games without even scoring in the fucking first half.
Yeah.
So even though we got some Bulldog fans complaining about Bobo or Dodo, whatever y'all want to call him, it wasn't nearly as bad as it was last year with an incompetent quarterback. When you have an incompetent quarterback at the position, you're probably not going to score many points, especially against teams that actually have, a decent defense. So Tennessee was putting up goose eggs. They're putting up goose eggs in the first half. I guess people forget this shit too. Yeah. Act like Nico was really good. He wasn't, but
I didn't say he was really good.
I just watch all these games.
I didn't say he was really good.
I'm talking about.
I didn't say he was good, Tony. I never said that. I just said he didn't turn the ball over.
We're over here talking about. We're over here talking about fucking. Oh, he only threw 5 picks. What do he do offensively?
We'll see what happens this year with a subpar team with subpar talent compared to what he had last year out there. Now, granted, the receivers weren't that great for him last year.
No.
But
he had key moments. He had key moments.
UCLA for certain.
Yeah.
He had moments he could have hit a motherfucker wide open downfield, but he pissed his pants.
You're right. You're right. 100%.
The moment was too big.
So
moment too big because my pants.
Riddle, this is for you. So you have Kirby Smart. You have the head coach, one of the best in college football. So you have him. And you got Bobo. Who's the D coordinator? Schumann still? Is it Glenn? Yeah. Okay. Do you consider your coordinators as good as Tennessee's and I don't even know who their offensive coordinator is. But I mean, they got Banks on defense. Okay, they got Banks on defense. It's pretty. It's pretty fair, right?
So Schumann's been around Kirby. He's basically been Kirby's right-hand man since they were at Alabama together. I mean, Schumann's been around. He's learned how to call defense watching Kirby do it. He's learned from Kirby every step of the way. So if you don't have Kirby as the DC, Schumann's a great one to fill it in because he knows everything about the way Kirby does things. Yeah. And it works. I mean, Georgia's defense is never the problem. No. Now, offensively, and I saw Big Hunt say this earlier in the comments, and it is true to an extent. Bobo runs an offense like it's still 2012, and you have to adapt in this game. This game is ever evolving. The offenses are always evolving, and you have to find ways to be creative and get guys in open space and everything. And that, I know this drives Tony crazy when Tennessee used to do it, but that you're doing quick screens or little quick outs as an extension of your running game. That's all fine and good if you have the playmakers out there to do it. If you have a Brock Bowers, or if you have a Ladd McConkey, or you have a Kyrus Jackson from back in the day that was a little bit quicker, that can get in space and make plays. Georgia doesn't really have that standout guy right now. You know, and so that stuff doesn't work. And especially if you can't run the ball, then that stuff's definitely not going to work. So you've got to start opening up down the seam. You got to start opening up down the field. You got to find ways to evolve with that offense. And I do think there was times last year that Bobo would get stuck in the mud and get stuck in old habits and try to play it safe in certain situations where we needed a good, sustainable drive to take some time off the clock in certain situations. And I mean, we're really complaining about a guy, an offensive coordinator that, you know, has had a really good season and has a really good history. It's just not what people are used to seeing. It's not a Lane Kiffin type offense. It's not a Josh Heupel type offense. It's not the fun and gun, high flying, high scoring offenses. It's more about ball control, wearing people down, jab, 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 and then throw a haymaker later on. But
you want to know what it is, Riddle? They got to have somebody to blame.
In today's, absolutely.
That's it. And that's it.
He takes a lot of crap, and the worst part is he took over the job after back-to-back national championships, and he doesn't run his offense the way those teams did, and he catches a lot of flack for it. I'm not an absolute Bobo hater, but there are times where you can tell he gets stuck in the mud and he plays it way too safe in a drive where you need a 5-6 minute drive. He's going 3 and out, and those kind of things, because he's playing it super safe, and you just can't do that in college football anymore.
From the outside looking in at Bobo, the biggest thing he doesn't do as an offensive coordinator is put teams away. Right. When he has the chance to put points on the board and finish the game, that's, like you said, that's when he goes 3 and out. And now your defense, which is good enough to hold out and still win that game, but your fans are getting a lot more stress put on them, because instead of going out here and getting this score that, you know, most other teams would do, especially with the talent on the field, he finds a way to make games more interesting than they should be at times.
As well as I do, in those close games like that where you have a chance to put them away, you have to do it. I mean, if you give Lane Kiffin, Josh Heupel, Alabama with, you know, DeBoer now, thank God Saban's gone, but that still hasn't changed anything for Georgia. These guys, they know how to win football games. And if you let them hang around, your defense can only get so many stops a game. They're not going to be perfect every single time. They're not going to hold everybody scoreless every single time. It's unrealistic to think that. So the more you let teams...
Offenses has evolved.
Right. And the more you let teams hang around, the more opportunity there is that, hey, this is going to be the one time that somebody makes a mistake on defense, and it's going to cost you that football game, instead of, you know, just putting together what I call a championship drive, where there's 6 minutes left on the clock, and you can just pound it out on the ground, make them use their timeouts, and run the clock out until you can put the game away. And Georgia was not capable of doing that last year.
Yeah.
And, I mean, it doesn't even take a mistake. It could take something as small as a slip. You know, a corner gets a slip, loses a step on a guy, ball game.
Yeah.
Alontae Taylor back against BYU that year.
Oh, yeah.
He slipped on the outside, and BYU scored a touchdown.
Pretty much ruined his career. I don't think he ever lived that one down.
He's just in the NFL now, playing on Sundays. But
Yeah, but Tennessee always remember him.
Yeah.
No, we remember turns like fucking Gerald Riggs Jr. fumbling 3 times, twice on the goal line. That's the shit we remember.
What about Garantano?
Number against Alabama. He's like, no, guys, audible QB sneak.
Or Garantano, man, never had a chance. I mean,
that legend. That's a legend at Alabama, Garantano. Anyway, so hey, we got about 5 minutes left, guys. We got about 5 minutes left, and what I want to do is I want to ask. We're going to start with Tony because he's quiet. Tony, give me your thoughts. Give me your thoughts on NFL as we approach the season. How do you feel about the Titans, and who are your 2 Super Bowl teams?
Mm-hmm. Feel better about Titans. Will Levis isn't a QB. I mean, that's always good. Yeah. Former, Kentucky failure. Didn't want him from the get-go.
We all knew that. Everyone on this panel knew that, but we all knew it.
I know. Cam Ward looks like a gunslinger, so I can see maybe about 5-6 wins.
Okay,
I'd be fine with that. That'd be more than last year.
Got to have something to build on. I think Cam's going to be okay. I think he's going to be okay.
Anything outside getting the number 1 pick's a win for Tennessee this year.
So Tony, Super Bowl picks, go.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Too early to call.
I know.
Anyone but fucking KC. I can give 2 shits. I'm tired of their asses.
Just pick 2 out of your ass. Come on, let's go.
Oh my goodness. I'm gonna pull Jordan, Tennessee Titans, and
you ain't pulling me. That's believable. You're even in the realm of possibilities.
Well, it's gonna be no one from the AFC South representing the AFC.
No, it will not.
Let's see. You got the West, obviously. KC. Nah. I'd like to see the Chargers. I mean, it'd be cool to see Chargers, but I don't know. I don't like Herbert that much. It's still probably gonna be somehow fucking KC. So I'm just gonna put them there by default. NFC, I feel like it's a little more challenging, and I'm not gonna say the Eagles. I feel like they might have one of those Super Bowl hangovers. I'm gonna say. Damn, I don't know. It's tough. It's too early. Too early to call. I don't know.
Okay. All right, we're not gonna make a pick.
I'm gonna say Minnesota. I'm gonna say Minnesota. Fuck it.
All right.
Even though, hey, it's a random ass one. And JJ McCarthy, I don't know about him. Who knows? He's got the weapons around him.
Riddle, you get 1 question, then your 2 teams. Your question is this the year that Joe Burrow gets back in Joe Burrow form and becomes a top 3 quarterback?
I mean, if he could stay healthy, he could, but I don't. I don't know. I mean, Burrow came out of the gates hot. He's got the receivers, Higgins and Chase. He's got the weapons there to do it. The question is if he can stay healthy. He's got the talent. But
he could have won MVP. What the fuck? He could have won MVP.
It's always about staying healthy with him, though. And I like Burrow. Joe Shiesty, he's got the weapons. They got the offensive firepower.
Yeah, but he needs that first-round matchup with Tannehill's turnovers.
Yeah.
Can't get those every year.
My 2 teams that I would like to see play for a Super Bowl, and I'm going out there, Detroit and Buffalo. I'd love to see.
That's exactly what Big Hunt said in the chat. So those are good ones.
That's what everyone wanted last year.
Those are good ones.
Didn't happen.
And it's just because, Buffalo, they've got a 30 for 30 on their 4 falls of going 4 straight years and never winning. And then, Detroit's always been the cellar dweller of the NFL. And
that Super Bowl would be the lovable losers bowl.
Yeah. I mean, it would be fun to see 2 teams that, aren't mainstays there get there. I mean, if you're a Chiefs fan or a Philly fan or whatever, you love what those teams have been doing for a while now. But, I'd like to see somebody else get there. Minnesota's another one, like Tony said. I don't see them getting there, but
they got the weapons. Who knows? I mean, Joe Burrow did it. Well, his second year in the league.
Touchdown, Stanford. Touchdown, Stanford.
It's all about that Michigan quarterback they got up there now.
Yeah. Yep,
So
he doesn't have any signs
Jordan,
to rely on.
Jordan, hold on, I gotta make sure the live don't go off.
He's about to say the Indianapolis Colts are about to be
Nope.
the NFL.
Nah, he knows
Jordan's got a question. He's got a question
Titans,
first.
He can't say Colts.
Jordan, this is your question. Who
Shit,
wins an MVP first? Hurts or Goff?
Oh,
Hurts.
Okay. I'm just asking.
Hurts, hands down.
The only reason I think
my two-
Goff is because he potentially the offensive weapons around him, but Hurts has got him too, so it doesn't
He's got
matter.
the weapons. But,
Yeah.
but
Go
he
ahead.
tends to shit the bed, 2 or 3 times a year too.
Yeah, go ahead.
Super Bowl matchup. I'm gonna get a little out there, but not too far out there. I think this legitimately could be a matchup this year if things fall right. I'm gonna say the Denver Broncos and the Washington Commanders.
Holy moly, dude! You went left field for real. You hit it
Washington's
over
up there. They're going to have a pretty good squad this year.
You hit it over the wall at Fenway. I mean, okay. My two.
Time out.
What?
Time out. I just need to say something real quick because someone was acting like Joe Burrow fucking fell off. He literally threw for almost 5,000 yards and 43 touchdowns last year, only 9 INTs. What the fuck are we talking about here?
Yeah,
and,
but
and he wasn't even healthy for that.
The deal is
if he's healthy, he's gonna throw about what 60 TDs.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what I said. If he can stay healthy, he has all the weapons in the world to put up. Game
I'm talking about leading them back to the playoffs and getting wins.
If he just didn't play for a poverty team, man.
Their defense sucks. Their defense blowed. Besides
that's
offensive
the
line,
problem.
defense fucking blew.
I mean, the ownership. Did y'all not see the news about where they're bringing their players back to induct them into the Ring of Honor? And the ownership wants them to play for their own flights, their own hotels. When they get to Cincinnati, like you're going to put your Ring of Honor people in, and you can't even buy them a fucking plane ticket to Cincy.
Yeah.
I know it don't cost much to fly into Cincinnati. Hell, it's the armpit of America.
Hey, hard times, Daddy. You know.
Yeah, I know. I guess.
Odd times. I don't know about odd
times. Daddy.
So mine's going to be.
Boy, AJ McCarron was talking about when he played at Cincy, they would keep all the NFL issued gear and have a fucking yard sale on the sidewalk at the end of the year, trying to recoup some damn money. I mean,
hey,
talk about a fucking poverty franchise.
If you want a good podcast, that's funny. AJ McCarron's podcast he tells it like it is for sure. Anyway,
dude, him and Siski and McCready are great listen as well.
Yeah. So I will say this, my two, and then we're gonna call it. My two it's not as far out of there as because I'm gonna pick the reigning Super Bowl champs to go back to the Super Bowl because I do think they have a lot of weapons and I think they're just getting better and better against the Ravens. I think finally get over the hump. And they do it. They do it.
What two teams have the most Alabama players, and that's where Brandon's going.
Nope. They've got.
I'm surprised
come
you
on.
didn't tell us the Raiders.
The Raiders.
Not happening.
The Ravens. It's not that far out. They're always knocking on the door. They're always there knocking on the door. It's just. Can they finally get through it? I mean, they're knocking, but they can't walk in. I mean, anyway, that's going to do it for this edition, Saturday night edition of Lock, Loaded, and Goated. Go ahead.
Before we jump off, I don't know how many we got in the chat right now, but those of you, if you're golfers, D's, my man D's, I'm sure he's still in the chat right here. Him and his buddy Josh, his handle is Golf for Game. If you want a good golf podcast to listen to, check those guys out. They've been supporters of ours, and I want to pay that back to them.
Yep.
Make sure y'all go over and check those guys out.
We appreciate any and all supporters, and we thank anyone that has followed, liked, subscribed, done all that goodness for us. We want to continue to bring you this content. We want to continue, and we want to build this brand up just like Deez does. Thank you for the follow. We appreciate you, Gibby. Thank you. And we want to continue to build this brand up. So anything that you can do to help, Thank you for liking, following, subscribing on TikTok, YouTube, Twitch, Kick, any of those platforms. We also have the audio version of this podcast on Spotify, Apple, and Amazon Music, and we would like for you to go there and like, subscribe, leave comments. All that stuff helps build the brand, and we appreciate everyone for tuning in to Lock, Loaded, and Go to Saturday Night Edition. We will see you all back on Wednesday for the real opening of college football, week 1, and we will all be here at 8:30, just like tonight. And we look forward to a long, illustrious season with you guys every Wednesday, Saturday night, 8:30 Central Time. We'll see you all in the next one.